Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, and future, and are available to assist you now.
Do you seek answers within yourself but don't know if you can trust your intuition? Do you desire positive change in life but feel unsupported by others? Do you suffer from failure to execute but have hit your point of enough? Not only have I been there, but I have found my way out, and so can you. The Akashic Records are your key to understanding any area of stagnation and hold solutions to your greatest challenges. My mission is to teach you everything I know about the Akashic Records, how to use them with mastery, while always staying in beginner's mind, which will keep you humble yet powerful. It's all within you. Come, let me show you.
What have I gained from the Akashic Records? Reading the Akashic Records has strengthened and deepened my intuition, and at the same time allowed me to build a deeper connection with the inner wisdom of my gut and my heart in order to be able to support and challenge the decisions that I've made in my head.
Learning to read the Akashic Records helped me to cultivate the courage and the knowledge to start a new business. It helped guidance become clearer. It helped me become more confident for my entire life moving forward.
Welcome everyone to the 211 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. The records are now open. Let me know who is joining me on this day. It is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have just gotten back from a pretty epic work adventure, and I'm feeling all the feels this morning, from the raw vulnerability of just being away from my family and reintegrating in with the kids this morning, and going from that being on stage, see, I'm a loose cannon today. You don't know what you're going to get. Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen for me. All right, take two. The work, here's what I can share with you. The work is being done on all the causal planes right now. And this is what it looks like in my life. The work of my mission to help return the technology of the Akashic Records to the planet, because this is a game changer. I've been very much alive and in that mission for the past 5 days at Conscious Life Expo, speaking on stage. We packed out our rooms again this year. It's 2 years in a row. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about my experience, my adventures at Conscious Life Expo. And I'm also showing up and doing the work on the personal level, on my microcosm. When I travel, there's impact on my kids, and our ancestral issues and shit, and the aspects of our lives where we still get to heal and up level and course correct, which we've got a lot of it to do. All of that is present and alive and in my field. So it feels like a good place to show up, to share with you all. This is one of the places that I think that if leaders and influencers are willing to really share the behind the scenes of what it looks like, it makes the journey more accessible for all of us, because I share these technologies, these tools in the Akashic Records, which excite me so much, in order to help humanity evolve, in order to empower humanity, and because I need them my damn self, y'all. All right, so I am so glad you're here. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to jam together for the next 30 minutes or so in our Akashic Records. Let me know let me know who's tuning in. All right, introduce yourself to me. Say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. If this is the first time we are meeting, I'm Emily Harrison, founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. The Akashic Academy is a mystery school designed to bring you cutting edge technology, esoteric technology, hidden technology to empower your life. You can think of this as Jedi school. And our training is anchored in the Akashic Records. Akash is a Sanskrit word that means ether. If you are new to the Akashic Records, yay, Ruth, I was going to ask if anybody met me at the expo. Give me a shout out. Ruth Miller. I'm glad you're here. So if you are new to the Akashic Records, this is the realm of consciousness that holds all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. This realm of consciousness holds an account, the story of your soul, the journey of your soul forward and backward through time. So when it comes to the desire, the quest for self-knowledge, if you ever wanted to know about past lives, future lives, yes, all of this intelligence is available in the Akashic Records. And the place where I really feel inspired to use the Akashic Records is in the now moments, because we are in a time, a critical time of evolution, of shift, of change on the planet. We're starting to see it. And it's not just looking on the outside and expecting this change to happen in our government, in our leadership. It's about looking on the inside in our microcosm, like I shared with you. I've got challenges in my family, ancestral challenges, challenges with being a parent, challenges with asking for help, like all of the things that as humans, where we need to heal and up level. It's in my field too. And I like using the Akashic Records to help me understand, first of all, my own self, why I show up the way that I do. Help me understand when I'm speaking, when my trauma is speaking. Okay. You guys know what I'm talking about? When your trauma speaks. That's a fancy way, a nice way to say your ass got triggered. And what are our triggers really? Triggers are areas of wounding or unhealed aspects of our energy that are inviting growth. And so once we begin to reframe that, which the Akashic Records help you do, these triggers become a map to your highest potential. And what does your highest potential look like? It looks like you activating self-healing in your life. This mechanism, your human construct, this genome was designed to not only self-heal, but also to create at will, at a high level of mastery, to create in collaboration with other genius minds. You have genius inside of you. And that is your highest potential timeline when you are living in your fullest expression of creativity, of connection, of collaboration, of abundance. And that's the invitation for us all. And the Akashic Records can give your ass a map on how to get there. How do I know? Because that's why I love the records. It's given me this map. And I'm on that journey. So for those of you who want to be on that journey, I'm glad you're here. Ruth, I'm glad you're here. Ray, it's good to see you as always. Karen, glad to meet you too from Colorado. Powerful energy there in Colorado. Sirius from Mexico City. Georgie, right on. All right, so here's what I want you guys to do. I'm going to encourage you to start lighting up my chat box with questions. I'm going to tap into the field of infinite intelligence, the Akashic Records, also known as superconscious intelligence, also known as God mind, also known as the Book of Life, and channel information for each one of you, for all of us, really. The individual questions are going to call forward the insight we need. You can definitely ask a personal question. You can ask a question about the collective future of humanity. You just ask whatever's on your little mind and heart. If there's a place where you're stuck in life, let's get busy. Let's get to work, figuring out why you're stuck, what parts of life you can look at differently to shift and change, because you have the power to do so. It's an invitation right now if you're stuck. All right, and while y'all are lighting up my chat box with questions, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of what the Akashic Records are, how they work, so we can all play in the same sandbox together. And maybe I'll even tell you a little bit about Conscious Laugh Expo and the fun I've been having. All right, so first let's talk about the Akashic Records. Actually, we already talked about the Akashic Records. They are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, all possible futures. Let's talk about how they work. And this is why I'm inviting you all to ask questions. The records work by what's known as invitation only, which doesn't mean the records only invite certain ones of us. We all have not only the divine right to access our Akashic Records, but you come wired to access your own Akashic Records. Whether you think you are psychic or not, you are. Everybody has. You come wired with psychic senses and abilities as well. Okay? And the records are a tool that work by invitation only, which means you can use them anytime you want. You just have to ask. You have to ask for the intelligence that you want. That's a stipulation. Here's another stipulation to how you're actually reading or getting the information. Okay? The information is going to flow through your mind, through your pretty much what feels like your imagination, which trips a whole bunch of people up because we feel like we're making it up if it comes in through the imagination. That's not actually the case. Your brain cannot make anything up, truly. Our brains can only assimilate different pieces of information, put them together in a certain order, and make a story out of them, and then assign value to that story. That's what our brain is doing. So if we can learn to relax our bodies, relax our emotions, relax our thoughts, we can shift our consciousness into a place where we are what's considered a match, a vibrational match for the Akashic Records. And so once you have done that work, once you've shifted your body, your mind, your emotions, you breathe a little bit, you stop being pissed off at yourself and everybody around you, you bring in some love and light. You're willing to take personal responsibility for what you've created. Once you move yourself into this state, you are in a state where you are in a vibrational match to the Akashic Records. So when you ask the question, the intelligence that flows back into your imagination, into your mind, is coming from the space of the records. Okay, so high-level overview, this is how it works. This is what I train people to do. I'm an Akashic Records mentor, so I work with visionaries and thought leaders, training you all how to exit the world of ordinary mind and get your mind synced with the Akashic Records. So you can ask questions. All right, awesome. I see some questions rolling in here. We're gonna save Conscious Life Expo and all the stuff I've been doing till later. We'll say that till there's a lull in the show. I'm gonna rock and fire with these questions while y'all are here. Okay. All right. So Sirius. First of all, I want to point out that you've made an awesome up level already as I've described how the Akashic Records work. And your first question was any general guidance? That's appreciated. We can ask for general guidance in the Akashic Records. Technically, that's the question. But remember how I talked about this idea of the vibrational match, okay? One of the reasons why crafting a really great specific question is more desirable in the Akashic Records is that we will get a more specific answer. And the more specific the answer is, the easier it is to integrate and take action on. But technically, you can ask for general, but the answer will be general as well. So I'm so happy to see your up level here. Why do I seem to be blocked professionally? All right, anybody else feel like you are blocked professionally? You feeling some professional blocks? All right, well, actually, I am going to talk about Conscious Life Expo a little bit here now. I love how the guides work that in. Here's one thing that we are going to start doing right now is I'm going to start sharing with you all the energy of just the transmission. Okay, so what I've been through this weekend in terms of my professional career, my professional experience was pretty effing cool. All right, Conscious Life Expo. This is a who's who of people in my industry. We've got Bashar. Who knows Bashar? Okay, I'm going to say these names and do me a favor. If you guys know them, because I have a feeling you're going to love some of these people on here. I do. I've looked up to a lot of these visionaries. I feel really honored to call them my colleagues. And it's interesting for the human behind this. I mean, yes, I spent a lot of time in Hollywood. I like to rub elbows with the giants, with the gods, with the people who are doing this work at a high level. And y'all, I'm a girl from Missouri, small town Missouri. There's a part of me that does still feel small in this work. And I get to psych myself up sometimes to go hang out with all my friends. Hi, Mama. Yay, Mama's here. All right. So let me know who you know out here. Bashar, right? Bashar, dude, seriously. That's Daryl Anka. Brian Forrester. I hung out with Mr. Brian Forrester a little bit. Linda Moulton Howe. She's awesome. I hung out with her. Elizabeth April. Love Elizabeth April. Debbie Solaris. I got pictures. I'm going to share some pictures with you guys. David Wolf. David Avocado Wolf. Mama, I know you like him. He and I did an interview early on in my career. Shaman Durek. Like, are you kidding me? Althea. Sarah Brexman Cosme. George Norrie. Love George. Jerry. Who knows Jerry? That's what my friend Hans back here. Just Rob Potter, Brad Olson. It's Helena Resner, for that matter. Amazing filmmaker. All right. So let me just send through that vibrational frequency of tapping into where we want to be in our professional career. Right? You're making strides. We're getting there. And there's still going to be that, there's still going to be challenge as we step into it, right? It's challenging. Our energy gets drained. You get nervous. Let me speak for myself. I still get a little nervous when I do this. So it's embracing, what the guides are saying is that the reason that they want me to share this transmission and let the guard down, like let you in behind the scenes, behind the veils, is because it's often not as glamorous as you think it's going to feel. Like, part of it does feel very glamorous, but then part of it you're like, oh, I feel like an outsider. Oh, I feel awkward running up to George Norrie. You guys, I chased after Linda Moulton Howe like a damn fangirl. I actually caught my own self on video because I wanted to have the video ready to get the video with her. So I hit record before I go start chasing her. I just psyched myself up to go chase her. And then I'm watching myself chase her like a fangirl. I'm like, Emily, oh my God. It's hilarious. Maybe I'll post it. All right. So you're going to come up against the gritty parts of yourself that we've got to face. We've got to be open and ready and brave to face what it takes to rise into the next level, which is a part of you that doesn't feel like you belong yet. Happens to me too. This is what it looks like. If this is what it looks like in your life, congratulations, high five. This is what success looks like. But not everyone will be willing to tell you that when you break through into the next phase, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you're going to have to battle that. And you're going to have to create that identity and practice stepping into it and stretch into it as part of this transition time before you feel like you're actually there. Okay? So it's opening up and embracing the next level and recognizing that we're going to learn and grow. It's going to require the next level of our own vulnerability. Okay, and here's what the guides are saying: to access your next level of vulnerability, to access which again this is the gateway to the next level of your professional success. To anybody this is resonating with, not just serious. Okay, vulnerability is going to be your gateway to that next up level in your professional success. And in order to be ready for that vulnerability, you need tools. You need spiritual tools. Okay. And so let's just tap in and see what the guides are advising for us as the tools or the technology or the medicine that we can call in. The guides are actually saying the vulnerability is the tool. You just have to be willing to be more vulnerable. And here's the caveat: the vulnerability needs witness. You don't necessarily have to do a live video with your vulnerability. You can, but this is an example of giving vulnerability witness. Does that make sense? You can also write it in your journal. You can give your vulnerability witness by writing it in your journal. Write what your fears are, what your challenges are, what hurts along the way. Doesn't mean that we're going to stay in this energy, but it's like we need to empty it. We need to empty out the resistance. Okay? All right, so the tool is the vulnerability, and I'll say that the activation component, or we might call this the catalyst for the tool, is to give the vulnerability witness. I feel like the guys are talking at a really high level today, so let me know if this is making sense for y'all. Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you are receiving. All right, Karen Gokin, I am on a huge neurological healing journey that keeps me mostly housebound and unable to walk well. Do you have guidance on how I can move forward dealing with such physical limitations? Yes, Karen, and obviously big stuff that you're working with in there. So congratulations, Jedi. That's one thing that the guides want to say is, y'all take a look at the circumstances in your life. If you're like, damn, it's a little Jerry Springer around here with the intensity of my life and my karma, I have been there. That gives us more room for accelerated growth. Okay? If you're somebody who might have said to yourself before or noticed, I guess I like to learn the hard way. From one perspective, I get it. Like my soul has had some extreme circumstances in this lifetime too that I've learned from and through. And one of the most powerful tools that we can use in any circumstance, and that's what the guides want to talk about today, are the back pocket tools. Like, what are the back pocket tools that you need? And that's back pocket. That means you carry this shit in your back pocket. Makes sense when I say back pocket tools. Type back pocket tools. I need a different pen. Okay. Back pocket tools. Universe, why is this good? I want you to think of questions as tools. Questions are invitations in your Akashic records to bring forward intelligence. This is a hack. This is a shortcut. I'm just deciding if I'm going to explain the science behind the shortcut. But here's the deal. Everything is inherently whole and complete already. Even if shit looks fractal and broken up to us. Even if we look broken, even if we look sick, the truth is we're inherently whole and complete. Who's heard this before? It's the very la-ti-da Pollyanna kind of perspective. It is true from the higher perspective. And when you're asked down here on Earth where there's a lot of density, it doesn't seem so true. Here's why. Because there's duality that happens on a physical plane like planet Earth. The North and South Pole holds the whole thing in place. Light and dark. You see this pattern everywhere. We live in a plane of duality where we learn through shadow. So, yep, when you incarnate down here, things look separate. Not actually true, but it looks very true. It's the Maya. It's the illusion. It's the game. It's the construct that we learn through. Ooh, my third eye going crazy, y'all. Okay, so here's how we can apply that to questions and why your questions are so brilliant and why you want to make your questions as brilliant as possible. Okay, if everything is inherently whole and complete, however, we know from this perspective that we're experiencing the duality. We're experiencing either the light or the shadow, one side or the other. If we're experiencing the question from this side, that means we can open up and receive the answer to that question. It means the answer to that question is already held within the vibrational frequency of the question itself. Make sense? So just the fact that you ask, that you pose the question with this higher level of understanding how the cosmos, how the universe works, means that you're going to get the answer. That's why these back pocket questions are so powerful. Questions can be like tools that help you unravel and make sense of the timeline that you're in so that you can shift yourself into a different timeline. All right, so universe, why is this good? Karen? I know we got to flip the script, because it's very easy to look around intense situations and say, what do you mean? Why is this good? This isn't good. Well, whether you think that it is or whether you think that it isn't, you are correct. What did Henry Ford say? Oh, he said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're correct. This is another example of freaking Buddha, y'all, who says our thoughts become things. Everything arises from thought. This is also another example of the first Hermetic principle. The Hermetic principles, the 7 Hermetic principles, explain, reveal the construct of the cosmos, the universe, and how the universe works. And as you contemplate this and understand this, as above, so below, you begin to understand how you work. And the very first one says that this is a mental plane. It means our thoughts create everything. So you get to train your brain how to think. One of my favorite mentors said, Emily, it's not a question of whether or not we're brainwashed. Everyone is brainwashed. You're brainwashing yourself. It's a question of, is your brainwashing working for you? So if you're asking the masterclass will totally cover more CS. I'm so glad that you asked. Speaking of masterclass, we start tomorrow. There's a link. You do not want to miss this. All right. So when we pose the question, we are training our brain to find the answer to that question. Once you understand that this is the fabric, this is the hidden fabric of how your thoughts are working, why the F you want to sit around and think negative thoughts and ask yourself terrible questions like, why am I so broke? Why I was attracted to narcissists? Why? We got to ask ourselves different questions. Universe, why is this good? We'll flip the script. Another script flip that I want to invite everybody into is, if you have intense circumstances in your life, please stop feeling sorry for yourself as a victim. That same energy can be dialed and expressed. As much victim-y as you feel, you can transform that into victor energy. Okay, that's another one of our 7 Hermetic principles that talks about vibrational frequency and octaves. Okay, your superpowers can express in their highest octaves and help you function at a mastery level in this lifetime. And your superpowers can also be your greatest detriment. Okay, see how that works? Ooh, my third eye going crazy. All right, so those are the questions that the guides are encouraging you to ask here, Karen, is, well, first of all, the flip switch of seeing this as seeing your soul as a master instead of a victim. And then asking, universe, why is this good? Now I'm going to tap in for you and see what the guides have to say about why this is good. The physical plane is a very dense plane to be working in right now. And the guides are saying, for many of you may have different circumstances incarnating in your life right now that are keeping you or preventing you from working so much in the physical realm. And it seems like you're working more in the emotional and the mental realms, where you're spending time in more stillness in your physical body. This is good because it allows the arising, I don't know, is that really a word? The arisal. It allows aspects of your thoughts and your emotions to arise and to become present and to occupy your space in a way that you can witness, see it, observe it. Understand it, make sense of it, and rearrange it. Okay, so for those of you who feel like you are not moving forward so much in the physical world right now, maybe, and it seems to be a bit of a theme based on Karen's feeling it physically within her body. Oops, sorry, kitty cat, I sit on you. Sit on my cat back here, y'all. And then Sirius was feeling it too in terms of feeling held back in career. That's an expression of moving forward in the physical world. Okay. If you feel like there is a place where you're not moving forward in the physical world right now, and you want to be, the guys are saying the invitation is for you to pull back, get calm and clear so your real thoughts and emotions can come up. You can examine what your energetic components are. And what I mean by energetic components is your thoughts are creating a certain vibrational frequency. And then what happens almost automatically, until we learn to slow it down, until we meditate, until we do the self-questing to really understand ourselves. Once you do that work, you'll begin to see how you operate. But until you do that work, your ass is screwed, friend. I'm just going to say it. You got to do the work to slow yourself down and look and see your patterns. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, you're a victim to your trauma, and your trauma will be speaking through your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. All right, but your thoughts create a certain vibrational frequency. And then what happens almost automatically is we have an emotional response to those thoughts. And that emotion begins to perpetuate itself. And that creates a vibrational frequency in our bodies. Then we usually take action. We do something based on those thoughts and those emotions. All right. If you happen to be not taking action right now, that's good. Maybe you're not sending out the totality of the vibrational frequency. And the guides are saying it's not just the addition of your thoughts plus your emotions plus your behavior equals your vibrational frequency. They're saying that the energy is exponentially multiplied by your feelings, by your emotions, and then exponentially multiplied by the physical movement or the behavior or the actions, the behaviors that we have, right? So if you are noticing that you're not progressing so quickly right now in the physical realm, give yourself that opportunity to take a step back and say, all right, what am I going to rearrange in terms of my thoughts? And then because your emotions are going to amplify those thoughts, and be very conscious about how you want to show up and what you want to create right now. Okay, does this make sense? Send some love likes, hearts across the screen. If this makes sense, I'm going to cruise back here. This is your last chance for questions, everybody. All right, I'm going to cruise back here and see what questions are coming up. Karen says, yes, that makes sense. Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Karen Sirius also, too. Thank you for letting me know that the message that came through for you today landed. Dreamlight, you're welcome very much. Yeah, please let me know in the comments what landed for you today. What's one golden nugget that you're going to take away from today? All right. Doggone it. I knew if I started naming names about my experience at Conscious Life Expo as well, that I would forget some people. Mike Ricksecker, best-selling author, was there as well. A dear friend of mine and a client. So again, speaking of this community of visionaries, thought leaders, best-selling authors, filmmakers, doctors, lawyers, we had several different doctors, not only doctors with PhDs, but doctors of medicine sign up to join us for Heal Your Life, which starts tomorrow. If you want to be a part of this incredible community of visionaries and thought leaders, seekers who are ready to up level together right now, like all science and evidence is pointing towards 2025 being a revolutionary year in terms of the energy and what's available for us. And if you want to come train with the highest level Jedis on the planet, learning how to tap in and use the power of the Akash, we're going to talk about self-healing. We're going to talk about amplifying your energy with vortexes, all things that have been just so impactful on my journey. And we're also going to get you in touch with your soul mission. This is the time that we all need to be supporting each other on point, on mission. And this program is going to share it with you. So I have a video that I want to share with you all. Before we take off today, this video is going to give you an overview of what to expect in the Heal Your Life program. Please consider this your engraved invitation to join us. I put a link there in the comments, and I can't wait to get training with you all in this tomorrow. It's going to be powerful. All right, thanks for joining me here today. Check out Are you ready to step into the most empowered version of yourself? If you're a visionary, thought leader, or someone with a big mission in this world, I've created something just for you. My Heal Your Life program is a transformational 4-week journey designed to help you unlock your soul's purpose, release emotional and energetic blocks, and gain clarity about your next steps. You'll learn powerful self-healing tools, access ancient wisdom through your Akashic Records, and even harness the energy of vortexes to amplify your power. But this isn't just about learning, it's about transforming. You'll walk away with tools you can use for a lifetime, and you'll do it alongside an inspiring community of best-selling authors, filmmakers, entrepreneurs, and change makers who, just like you, are here to make a big difference. So if you're ready to heal, grow, and create at a higher level than ever before, this is your moment. Click the link below to join me and heal your life. Your soul and your future self will thank you. And I can't wait to see you inside.